Love, a topic that each of us has experienced at least once, but have you truly understood it? Why do some relationships last while others easily fall apart? In the relationship between men and women, not only do strengths play a role, but weaknesses also have a significant impact. However, few realize that men, no matter how strong or resilient they appear, also have worries, emotions, and fears that make them feel vulnerable. These weaknesses are not flaws, but rather deeply human aspects that need to be understood and shared. Let's explore the weaknesses of men that every woman should know to build a lasting and loving relationship. Welcome to the Sophia's Knowledge channel, and my name is Sophia. This is where you will find valuable lessons and secrets to help you build a truly strong and meaningful love. In today's video, Sophia will guide you through top 10 weaknesses of men that women must know. Don't miss out on the advice that could change the way you perceive and experience love. You will feel more comfortable if you find a quiet place and wear headphones. Allow yourself to relax and be ready to absorb the positive messages in today's video. Are you ready to embark on this journey with Sophia? Let's get started. 1. High ego and self-esteem. A silent weakness of men. In society, men are often expected to be strong, decisive, and in control of every situation. This expectation leads them to develop a strong ego and high self-esteem, which can sometimes be a double-edged sword in life and relationships. This is not just a personality trait but also a result of how they are raised and the societal expectations placed upon them. Having a high ego is not necessarily a bad thing. A man with strong self-esteem is often confident, determined, and ambitious. He strives to prove himself, assert his value, and gain recognition from others. In professional life, this trait helps him work hard to achieve success. However, when the ego becomes too dominant, it can become a barrier to communication and relationships. A man with an excessive ego may become stubborn, struggle to accept others' opinions, and even refuse to admit mistakes, even when they are obvious. This is especially evident in love and marriage. Men carry the pressure of having to succeed, to be strong, and to never appear weak. When criticized or compared to others, they can feel deeply wounded, even if they don't show it on the outside. They may hide these feelings behind a cold demeanor, but in reality, they are under immense pressure. Signs of an overly high ego: struggles to accept advice from others, even when he knows it's right. Always wants to make decisions and rarely compromises or admits mistakes. Easily hurt by criticism, even in minor matters. Dislikes being compared to others, especially when he feels inferior. In love, men with a high ego often find it difficult to listen and share emotions. They tend to want control over the relationship, rarely back down, and sometimes refuse to admit their faults, even when they are clearly in the wrong. This can make their partners feel dominated and disconnected. Common issues: difficulty apologizing. During arguments, they often try to justify themselves rather than admit their mistakes, prolonging conflicts. Dislike of being reminded or criticized. Even well-intended feedback can make them feel attacked. Lack of emotional sharing. They rarely express their worries or inner struggles for fear of appearing weak. Women in relationships or marriages with men who have high self-esteem need to be tactful in their communication. Gentle words and encouragement will be more effective than direct criticism. How to balance ego and self-esteem. Having a high ego is not always a negative trait. The key is for men to manage it in a way that drives personal growth rather than becoming a barrier in life. For men, learn to listen. Accepting advice or feedback is not a sign of weakness, but an opportunity for self-improvement. Acknowledge mistakes. No one is perfect. Admitting faults does not diminish your value, but rather earns you more respect. Understand that you are not always right. Sometimes, letting go of the need to win an argument brings more benefits than proving yourself right. For women, avoid hurting their ego in public. If you need to offer feedback, do it privately and gently instead of criticizing them openly. Encourage rather than compare. Men dislike being measured against others, especially when they are struggling. Offer support instead of pressure. Respect their opinions, even if you disagree. Make them feel heard and valued in the relationship. Ultimately, a high ego and self-esteem are natural aspects of men's personalities. They can make men strong and decisive, but if not managed well, they can also create obstacles. Men should learn to regulate their ego, while women should communicate wisely to avoid wounding their self-esteem. A lasting relationship is not about winning or losing, but about mutual understanding and respect. 2. Financial pressure, the silent burden of men. Money is always an important factor in life, but for men, it is not just a means to meet personal needs, it is also a measure of their self-worth in the eyes of society and their family. While not everyone is wealthy or financially successful, most men carry the burden of earning money. This creates an invisible pressure that affects their psychology, confidence, and relationships. Why do men face greater financial pressure? In many cultures, men are expected to be the financial pillar of the family. This expectation makes them feel that they must have a stable career and income to take care of themselves and their loved ones. If they fail to meet these expectations, they may feel like failures and become insecure. The main reasons men experience financial pressure include responsibility for the family. When starting a family, men often have to bear the costs of living, raising children, and securing the future. Societal pressure. Society often judges men based on their career and financial success, making them constantly strive to prove their worth through money. Comparison with others. Men tend to compare their income with that of friends, colleagues, or more successful individuals, leading to insecurity. Rising living costs. Modern life comes with numerous expenses such as housing, vehicles, children's education, etc., increasing their financial burden. Signs that a man is struggling with financial pressure. Men do not always express their financial difficulties, but you can recognize them through these signs: stress and irritability. Financial pressure often makes men more tense and easily irritable. Overworking. They may immerse themselves in work, take on extra hours, or handle multiple projects simultaneously to earn more money. Hesitation in spending. If they used to spend freely but now think carefully before every purchase, they might be facing financial difficulties. Avoiding discussions about money. When a man avoids financial conversations or does not want to talk about future plans, it could indicate insecurity. How financial pressure affects relationships. Financial stress does not only affect men but also has a significant impact on their relationships, especially with their partners. Creating distance in love. When overly worried about money, men may become distant and less attentive to their partner's emotions. They might focus so much on making money that they neglect romance and important moments in the relationship. Increasing conflicts. Money is one of the most common causes of marital arguments. If a woman does not understand the pressure a man is under, financial disagreements can strain the relationship. Feeling insecure and losing confidence. If a man struggles financially, he may feel inadequate or unworthy of his partner, leading to emotional distance or even depression. How to help men reduce financial pressure. For men, communicate with your partner. Do not keep all worries to yourself. Discussing finances together can lead to better solutions. Create a financial plan. Managing expenses wisely, saving, and making smart investments can reduce long-term financial stress. Stop comparing yourself to others. Success is not only measured by money. Focus on personal goals rather than societal standards. Make time for yourself. Do not let the pursuit of money take away your joy in life. Take time to relax and care for your mental well-being. For women, understand and encourage. Instead of focusing only on how much he earns, appreciate his efforts. A timely word of encouragement can give him strength. Share financial responsibilities. If possible, contribute to the family's finances instead of placing all the burden on him. Avoid comparisons. Do not add pressure by comparing him to more successful people, as this may only lead to disappointment. Manage expenses wisely. If the family is facing financial difficulties, work together to save money rather than blaming each other. Ultimately, financial pressure is one of the heaviest burdens men carry. Though not all men openly admit it, it deeply affects their psychology, confidence, and relationships. Understanding and providing the right support can help men ease this burden and build stronger relationships. Money is important, but what matters more is understanding, companionship, and overcoming life's challenges together. What do you think about this? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to hear your opinions and discuss further. Don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful and subscribe to the channel to not miss future content. Thank you so much. Let's continue together. 3. The need for recognition. Everyone desires recognition and appreciation, but for men, the need for acknowledgement is not just a simple wish, it is a crucial factor that affects their self-esteem, confidence, and motivation in life. While not all men openly express this, deep inside, they always crave recognition from family, friends, colleagues, and especially the woman they love. When they feel unappreciated, they may become insecure, lose direction, or even distance themselves from loved ones. Why do men have a strong need for recognition? Several psychological and social factors contribute to men's desire for recognition. Pressure to be the provider. Society often expects men to lead, protect, and care for their families. When they are not recognized for these efforts, they feel like they are failing in their role. Innate need to prove themselves. Since ancient times, men have sought to display their strength and abilities to earn respect within their tribe. Although society has evolved, this instinct remains. Workplace and societal competition. Men constantly compete for achievements, promotions, and social status. When their efforts go unrecognized, they may feel discouraged. Self-imposed expectations. Men do not just seek recognition from others, they also demand it from themselves. They want to prove their worth, abilities, and that they deserve what they have accomplished. Signs that a man craves recognition. Men may not always vocalize their need for recognition, but you can observe it through these behaviors. Seeking compliments from others. They might repeatedly mention their achievements or expect praise. Being easily hurt by criticism. Even minor criticisms can make them feel unappreciated. Trying to prove themselves in various situations. Men often strive to showcase their abilities at work, in the family, or even in small daily tasks. Feeling disappointed or insecure when unrecognized. If they do not receive acknowledgement, they may become discouraged, lose motivation, or withdraw emotionally. How the need for recognition affects relationships. In love and marriage, the need for recognition significantly influences men's emotions and behaviors. Feeling undervalued at home. If a woman does not appreciate what they do, men can feel like they lack purpose. Becoming distant when unappreciated. Constant criticism or comparisons with other men can make them lose confidence and communicate less. Being deeply hurt when their abilities are dismissed. Casual remarks like "you never do anything right" can cause lasting emotional damage. How to help men feel recognized. Recognition does not mean excessive flattery, it is about showing appreciation at the right moments. Here are some ways to help men feel valued and motivated. For men, acknowledge your own worth. Do not rely solely on others for validation, learn to appreciate your achievements. Handle criticism positively. Not every remark will be a compliment, but constructive feedback can be an opportunity for growth. Set realistic goals. Do not pressure yourself to be recognized immediately, focus on continuous self-improvement. For women, appreciate his efforts, big or small. Saying, "I know you've worked really hard," can make a man feel valued. Avoid excessive criticism. If you need to give feedback, phrase it in an encouraging way rather than blunt criticism. Praise at the right moments. Genuine compliments can boost a man's motivation. Give him opportunities to prove himself. Letting him help with tasks and acknowledging his abilities can make him feel important. Ultimately, the need for recognition is a crucial factor shaping men's psychology and behavior. When they feel valued, they become more confident, happier, and motivated. On the other hand, when they feel unrecognized, they may lose drive and become distant. Women play a vital role in making men feel appreciated. With a little thoughtfulness, a well-timed compliment, or genuine acknowledgement, you can help your man feel stronger and more motivated in life. 4. Fear of failure. The silent obsession of men. Failure is an unavoidable part of life, but for men, it is not just an obstacle, it can become an obsession that affects their psychology, self-confidence, and motivation. Society always expects men to be strong, resilient, and successful. This creates pressure to win in every field, from career and finances to relationships. When facing failure, men often hide their feelings, blame themselves, or even withdraw from life rather than confronting it openly. Why are men afraid of failure? There are many reasons why men harbor a fear of failure, including both psychological and societal factors. Pressure from society and family. From a young age, men are taught that they must be successful and stand firm to protect their families. When they fail, they often feel they have let down the expectations of others. High ego. Many men view failure as a sign of weakness. They don't want to be seen as a failure, especially in front of loved ones and friends. Fear of losing respect. Men want to be acknowledged and respected. When they fail, they worry that their worth will diminish in the eyes of others. Haunted by past failures. Some men have experienced major failures in their careers, love life, or personal life, and they do not want to relive those painful emotions again. Competitive mindset. Men often compare themselves to friends, colleagues, or more successful individuals. When they see themselves falling behind, they may feel inferior and disappointed. Signs of men fearing failure. Fear of failure is not always easy to spot, but it can manifest in several behaviors and emotions: procrastination or avoidance of challenges. When fearing failure, men may avoid trying new things or face difficulties head-on. Excessive stress and anxiety. The pressure to succeed keeps them in a constant state of stress, even leading to insomnia and negative thinking. Self-blame during tough times. Instead of looking for ways to overcome challenges, they may wallow in guilt and lose confidence. Concealing their failures, they may not want to share their struggles with anyone, even their closest loved ones. Becoming irritable or distant. Some men react by becoming moody, quick-tempered, or withdrawing when they feel they are failing. Fear of failure not only affects psychology but also deeply impacts men's careers, lives, and relationships. Limits personal development. If men are always afraid of failure, they may miss out on many opportunities in both their careers and personal lives. They may shy away from challenges, not pursue their passions, or abandon their dreams. Strains relationships. Constant stress and worry about failure can lead men to become distant from their partners, families, and friends. This can create rifts in relationships. Affects self-esteem. If failure occurs repeatedly or they are afraid to face challenges, men may gradually lose their self-confidence and feel they are not good enough. Increases the risk of depression and stress. Being haunted by failure, men may fall into long-term stress, and it could even lead to depression if they don't find a way to resolve it. How to overcome the fear of failure? For men, accept that failure is a part of life. No one can succeed without failing first. Treat it as a lesson, not a real failure. Focus on what you can control. Instead of worrying about the outcome, focus on your efforts and actions. Don't be afraid to share and seek support. Don't keep all your worries to yourself. Sharing with a partner, friend, or mentor can help reduce pressure. Learn from failures. Instead of blaming yourself, analyze the reasons behind your failure and find ways to improve in the future. Develop a habit of challenging yourself. Start with small goals and gradually take on bigger risks to build confidence. For women, encourage rather than criticize. When a man faces failure, what he needs is support, not criticism. A statement like "You tried your best, I really appreciate that" can help him feel better. Avoid adding unnecessary pressure. Don't compare him to others or constantly remind him of his failure. This only adds to the psychological burden. Encourage him to try again, help him see the positive side, and encourage him to keep going rather than giving up. Listen and understand. Sometimes, just listening without judgment is enough to relieve a man's emotional burden. Ultimately, fear of failure is one of the greatest barriers for men. If not controlled, it can negatively impact careers, relationships, and mental health. However, failure is not the end. Knowing how to face it, learn from it, and move forward after each setback will help men become stronger, more mature, and truly successful. Most importantly, understanding and support from loved ones will be the motivation they need to overcome this fear. If you're still watching, don't hesitate to comment. Continue. Feel free to leave your thoughts and questions in the comments section. I would love to hear your opinions, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to motivate Sophia to create more meaningful and engaging videos. Let's continue together. 5. Men are easily hurt emotionally. When talking about emotional pain, many people immediately think of women. However, the truth is that men are also very vulnerable, sometimes even more deeply affected. The only difference is that they tend to hide their pain instead of showing it outwardly. Society has set a standard that men must be strong, tough, and not allowed to be weak. As a result, when they are hurt in love or relationships, they often silently endure, conceal their emotions, and not share with anyone. This can lead to loneliness, stress, and even mental breakdowns. Why are men emotionally vulnerable? Although men always try to appear strong, they actually have certain emotional weaknesses that make them vulnerable in love. They have fewer opportunities to express their true feelings. Society often teaches men not to cry or be weak. This makes it difficult for them to open up and express their emotions, leading to suppressed pain. Fear of rejection and betrayal. Men place great importance on their self-esteem. When they are rejected or betrayed by someone they love, they can feel a deep sense of emptiness and pain. Their love is often deeper than what they show on the outside. Many think that men love less deeply than women, but this is not the case. When they love sincerely, they tend to invest all their trust and expectations into the relationship. Difficulty healing emotional wounds. Women usually have friends and family to confide in when they are sad, but men do not. They tend to deal with everything on their own, which sometimes just prolongs the pain. Situations that make men emotionally vulnerable. Although men don't always show their hurt outwardly, there are certain situations that deeply wound them. Being betrayed, this is perhaps the greatest pain for men in love. When they are betrayed by someone they love, men not only feel heartbroken, but also have their self-esteem severely damaged. Being overlooked in a relationship. When men feel disrespected or compared to someone else, they can easily feel disappointed and lose affection. Being rejected. For many men, confessing is not just a statement, but also an act of courage to reveal their emotions. When rejected, they not only feel sadness, but also insecurity and doubt about their own worth. Being treated coldly. When a woman becomes distant or changes her attitude, men may feel uneasy and anxious, especially if they don't understand the reason behind it. Breakups without clear reasons. Men often need a clear explanation when a relationship ends. If the other person leaves without providing a reason, they will agonize and find it harder to let go. How do men typically react when emotionally hurt? Every man handles emotional pain differently, but common reactions include becoming cold and distant. When hurt, men may choose to avoid contact or limit emotional expression so no one notices their weakness. Focusing on work or hobbies. Many men throw themselves into work, sports, or other activities to forget the pain. Isolating themselves. Some men tend to withdraw and not want to share with anyone when they are emotionally hurt. Rushing into new relationships. Some may quickly enter a new relationship to fill the void left by their emotional pain, but this usually doesn't help them truly forget past wounds. Appearing strong, but actually heartbroken. Men may pretend not to care or try to show that they are okay, but inside, they might be suffering a great deal. How can men overcome emotional pain? For men, learn to accept your emotions. There is nothing wrong with feeling heartbroken. Acknowledge your emotions instead of trying to deny them. Share with someone you trust. Talking to a friend, family member, or someone who can listen will help release the emotions better. Don't rush into a new relationship. Take time to heal instead of hastily jumping into a new love just to forget the past. Take care of yourself and find new joys. Spend time on hobbies, exercise, or personal development to regain confidence. Learn to let go. Sometimes, the best thing you can do is accept that not every relationship is meant to last forever, and failure in love doesn't mean you don't deserve love. For women, don't undermine men's emotions. Men also have feelings like women, and they need to be understood and respected. Be honest and clear in relationships. If you no longer have feelings, speak directly instead of becoming distant or leaving without an explanation. Avoid saying things that can hurt them. Sometimes, a careless remark like "you're not good enough" can leave a lasting wound in a man's heart. Respect their need for space. When men are upset, sometimes they need time alone. Allow them space to think and heal. Men may appear strong on the outside, but they are also emotionally vulnerable. Betrayal, coldness, or careless words can deeply hurt them. What's important is learning to face emotional pain rather than hiding or avoiding it. And above all, women should understand that men also need to be loved, cherished, and understood. 6. Men are not good at expressing emotions. When it comes to emotions, people often think that women are more expressive, while men, on the other hand, tend to be less vocal about their feelings and may even avoid or hide them. This does not mean that men do not have emotions, it simply means they are not good at expressing them. Society often sets the standard that men must be strong, rational, and resilient. From a young age, they are taught that crying is a sign of weakness and that expressing too many emotions is not masculine. This makes it difficult for many men to show love, express vulnerability, or even share their happiness. So why are men not good at expressing emotions? How does this affect their lives, especially in relationships? Let's explore this further. Why are men not good at expressing emotions? There are several reasons why men struggle with expressing emotions, including psychological factors, societal expectations, and upbringing. Pressure to be strong. From childhood, many boys are taught that they should not cry or show weakness. As they grow up, they develop the habit of suppressing their emotions. Lack of an outlet for emotional expression. Women often have close friends or family members to confide in when they feel sad. In contrast, men rarely share their emotions with friends and usually deal with their problems alone. Fear of being misunderstood or judged. Men worry that if they express too much emotion, they may be seen as weak or unreliable. Lack of emotional expression skills. Since they are not accustomed to expressing emotions from a young age, many men struggle to articulate their thoughts and feelings clearly. Fear of hurting others. Sometimes, men do not express their true feelings because they fear it will upset or disappoint their loved ones. Situations where men struggle to express emotions. In love, men may love deeply, but they are not always good at saying sweet words. This can sometimes make their partner feel that they are indifferent or do not care. When facing difficulties or failures, when dealing with work stress, financial issues, or life challenges, men often remain silent rather than speak up. They fear that sharing their struggles will make them appear weak. When feeling hurt, if a woman says something that upsets a man, he may choose to remain silent or distance himself instead of expressing his feelings. In family life, many fathers love their children deeply but do not know how to express it. Instead of saying "I love you," they show their love through actions, such as working hard to provide for their family. The impact of not expressing emotions. Being unable to express emotions can lead to several issues in men's lives. Misunderstandings in relationships. When emotions are not expressed, a partner may feel unloved or unimportant, leading to emotional distance and conflicts. Accumulation of negative emotions. Suppressing emotions for too long can result in stress, anxiety, or even depression. Difficulty connecting with others. Men may feel lonely because no one truly understands what they are going through. Missed opportunities for support. By not expressing their emotions, men may miss out on valuable support from friends, family, or their partners. How men can improve emotional expression. For men, learn to recognize your own emotions. Ask yourself, how am I feeling? Why do I feel this way? This helps you understand your emotions better. Practice expressing thoughts simply. If you are not used to verbalizing emotions, start with simple statements like "I feel unhappy when," or "I am really happy to have you by my side." Write down your feelings. If speaking is difficult, try keeping a journal or texting your loved ones to express your thoughts. Share gradually. You don't have to express all your emotions at once. Start with small things, like talking about your day or something that made you happy. Learn to listen and respond to others' emotions. By focusing on others' emotions, you will gradually become more comfortable expressing your own. For women, be patient and create a safe space. Men need to feel that they can express themselves without being judged or criticized. Encourage them to open up rather than force them. Observe actions instead of just words. Sometimes, men express their feelings more through actions than words. A man may not say "I love you" every day, but he will remember your favorite meal or fix small things around the house for you. Encourage sharing by leading by example. If you want him to open up, start by sharing your own feelings first. When he sees you comfortably expressing emotions, he will feel safer doing the same. Avoid mocking or dismissing their emotions. If a man tries to express his feelings but is met with ridicule or indifference, he will be more likely to withdraw further. Ultimately, men's difficulty in expressing emotions is a common challenge, but it does not mean they lack feelings. They simply need time, support, and a safe environment to learn how to express themselves. If men can learn to open up and women can be patient and understanding, relationships will become deeper and more meaningful. 7. Jealousy and the feeling of being abandoned. Jealousy is one of the strongest and most complex emotions that both men and women experience in relationships. However, although many people believe that jealousy is primarily associated with women, the truth is that men also experience jealousy just as intensely, sometimes in very different ways. When jealous, they may not only feel emotionally threatened but also feel abandoned or no longer important in the eyes of their loved one. Jealousy is not always a sign of an unhealthy relationship, but when not controlled or understood, this emotion can lead to deep emotional wounds and hurt both parties in the relationship. Why do men feel jealous? There are many reasons why men feel jealous in a relationship, and it is not always due to a lack of trust in their partner. Below are some reasons why men experience jealousy. Sense of possession. Men tend to see their partner or wife as part of themselves, and when they feel threatened by a third party, their self-esteem can be hurt. They not only fear losing love, but also fear losing their important position in their partner's life. Fear of emotional deprivation. If a man feels that his girlfriend or wife is not giving him as much time or attention as before, he may worry and think that he is being replaced or abandoned. Past experiences, wounds from previous relationships, can make men more prone to suspicion and jealousy. If they have been betrayed or hurt before, they may carry these fears into their current relationship. Insecurity. Sometimes, jealousy stems from a man's own insecurities. He may feel that he is not good enough or lacks confidence in the relationship, making him more prone to anxiety when faced with situations that make him feel abandoned. Lack of understanding of emotional needs. Men may not know how to communicate or express their emotional needs. When they feel that their needs are not being met, they may express jealousy as a way to seek attention and affirm their feelings. Consequences of jealousy and the feeling of being abandoned. When jealousy is not controlled, it can lead to serious consequences in a relationship, affecting both the man and his partner or wife. Loss of trust. Excessive jealousy can make the partner feel controlled, restricted, and lose trust in the relationship. The person being accused may feel exhausted, pressured, and unable to breathe freely in the relationship. Conflicts and tension. The relationship will become more stressful when a man cannot control his emotions. Constant arguments about jealousy can lead to emotional distance, making the relationship colder. Difficulty in problem solving. Instead of focusing on solving issues in a healthy way, jealousy can cause men to lose control and focus only on their feelings of hurt or insecurity. This makes problems in the relationship harder to resolve effectively. Emotional disconnection. Jealousy can scatter emotions, making men unable to focus on the positive aspects of the relationship. They only worry about what they might lose, preventing them from enjoying happy moments in love. Damage to self-esteem. When men feel abandoned, their self-esteem can be severely damaged. They feel inadequate and can fall into a state of anxiety and inferiority, affecting their confidence and ability to maintain other social relationships. How can men control jealousy and the feeling of being abandoned? For men, recognize and acknowledge your emotions. Start by recognizing when you feel jealous or abandoned. Acknowledging your feelings will help you better understand yourself and the reasons behind your jealousy. Communicate openly. Instead of letting jealousy accumulate and suppressing emotions, share your feelings honestly with your partner. You can say, "I feel worried when you spend a lot of time with others," instead of keeping silent. Build self-confidence. Jealousy often stems from a lack of confidence. Work on improving your self-esteem and confidence. This will help you feel more secure in the relationship and reduce jealousy. Understand relationship security. A healthy relationship requires security and trust. Take the time to understand and build a solid foundation where you and your partner can share openly without fear of being abandoned. Solve problems instead of letting them escalate. When jealousy arises, instead of overreacting, focus on resolving the issue. Ask yourself, "Why do I feel this way?" and work together to address insecurities in the relationship. For women, be understanding and patient. When a man expresses jealousy or a sense of abandonment, instead of reacting angrily, try to understand his emotions and patiently listen. Don't see it as control, but rather as a sign of love and care. Reaffirm your love. To help a man feel secure and less jealous, frequently reaffirm your love for him. Small gestures like affection and kind words can help him feel loved and not abandoned. Create space for both. Remember that each person in a relationship also needs their own space for personal growth. Help your partner understand that attention does not always have to be absolute. This helps reduce feelings of abandonment and control. Ultimately, jealousy and the feeling of being abandoned are weaknesses in men that not everyone recognizes. These emotions can stem from various factors, but if not controlled, they can harm the relationship. The key to overcoming this issue is open communication, understanding, and building strong trust in the relationship. When a man feels secure and loved, he will no longer worry about being abandoned or struggle with jealousy. 8. Need for personal space. One of the most noticeable weaknesses of men in relationships is their need for personal space. Whether in love, family, or friendships, men often require time alone or to engage in personal hobbies without interference. This can be challenging for women in relationships, as they may feel abandoned or not given enough attention. Why do men need personal space? A man's need for personal space is not a sign of a lack of care, but rather a natural aspect of his personality. Here are some common reasons why men seek personal space. Time to recharge. Like anyone else, men experience exhaustion and need rest. Having personal space allows them to recharge, think clearly, and prepare for future challenges in life. Desire for independence. Men often value autonomy and independence. They need time to do what they enjoy without being judged or obligated. This is not an act of avoiding responsibility, but rather a way to pursue passions and relax. Comfort and independence. Many men consider independence an essential part of their identity. They may not want to be overly dependent on others and prefer to maintain a certain level of freedom and control over their lives. Stress reduction, relationships, no matter how healthy, can be stressful. Having personal space helps men relieve stress, reflect on relationship issues, work, or life without distractions. Pursuing personal interests, men often have hobbies they want to dedicate time to, such as sports, reading, or creative activities. These interests may not directly involve the relationship, but are important to their well-being. Situations that can lead to feelings of neglect. When men request personal space, it can sometimes create misunderstandings or feelings of neglect for their partner. Women may feel that their man no longer cares or loves them, when in reality, he just needs time for himself. Women may feel anxious. If men ask for time alone without explaining why, women may easily feel abandoned, unimportant, or worried that their partner is unhappy in the relationship. Lack of connection. When men need personal space, their partners may feel emotionally disconnected. They might feel there is no longer the same level of sharing or bonding, leading to insecurity in the relationship. Communication confusion. Sometimes, men struggle to explain their need for space, leading to misunderstandings. Women might assume they did something wrong to drive their partner away when, in fact, it's simply a personal need. How men can maintain personal space without hurting the relationship. While personal space is natural and necessary, how men communicate and manage it determines the health of the relationship. Here are some ways men can balance personal space while keeping the relationship strong. For men, communicate clearly. Instead of simply withdrawing, explain your need for space. You might say, "I need some time to think and do things I enjoy, but that doesn't mean I don't love you." Clear communication reassures your partner that your need for space is not about emotional distance. Respect your partner. While needing space, remember that your partner also needs attention and affection. Spend quality time together after taking your personal time, such as going out for dinner or having a meaningful conversation. Balance personal space and connection. It's important to maintain a healthy balance between alone time and time spent together. Don't use personal space as an excuse to avoid the relationship for too long. For women, respect his need for space. Understand that his need for personal space is not a sign of lacking love or affection. Just as you need time for yourself, so does he. Try not to see it as distancing, but as a natural part of a healthy relationship. Encourage him to express feelings. If he wants time alone, encourage him to share his emotions rather than staying silent. This helps create understanding and prevents misinterpretations. Keep the relationship connected. While he needs space, maintaining love and connection is still essential. Ensure you both spend quality time together, share experiences, and keep communication open. The benefits of personal space in a relationship. When men can maintain personal space with understanding from their partners, it strengthens the relationship. Some benefits include improved confidence and mental well-being. Personal time allows men to recharge, reduce stress, and maintain confidence. Maintaining independence. Space helps both partners retain their individuality, making the relationship healthier rather than suffocating. Stronger emotional connection. When both partners have time to refresh, they return to the relationship with renewed energy, making shared moments more meaningful. Ultimately, the need for personal space is a natural trait in men. When communicated well, men can maintain their personal space without harming the relationship. Understanding, respect, and open communication are key to a long-lasting and happy relationship. 9. The concern about male confidence in modern society. Male confidence is not merely about physical strength, but also includes the ability to face challenges, endure pressure, and demonstrate self-assurance in relationships, work, and life. However, concerns about male confidence are common issues that many men struggle with, especially in romantic relationships. This not only affects personal self-confidence, but can also create tension in relationships. What is the concern about male confidence? Male confidence is a broad concept encompassing qualities such as self-assurance, emotional control, the ability to handle difficulties, and making sound decisions. However, the concern about male confidence often stems from the fear of not being strong enough, skilled enough, or intelligent enough to handle life's challenges. This concern can manifest in various ways. Fear of failure. Men often feel pressured to succeed in their careers, relationships, and life in general. They worry that a lack of success may cause them to be perceived as inadequate or unable to meet the expectations of family, friends, or society. Feeling not masculine enough, society often pressures men to exhibit physical strength and resilience. These expectations can create feelings of inadequacy if a man does not meet these standards. Worrying about pleasing a partner. In romantic relationships, men may feel pressured to satisfy their partners not just emotionally but also physically and mentally. This can lead to a lack of confidence and fear of not meeting their partner's expectations. Causes of the concern about male confidence. Several factors contribute to concerns about male confidence. One major factor is societal pressure. Ideal male figures in society often embody traits like strength, wealth, and success. When men fail to meet these standards, they may feel inadequate and insecure. Another cause is past experiences. Failures in work, relationships, or life can create anxiety about one's abilities. Men who have experienced failures in romantic relationships or careers may become hesitant and doubt themselves. Consequences of the concern about male confidence. Concerns about male confidence can lead to numerous negative effects, impacting mental health, relationships, and personal well-being. Lack of self-confidence. When men do not feel confident in themselves, they may experience anxiety, insecurity, and low self-esteem, affecting all aspects of their lives, from work to personal relationships. Stress and depression. Persistent worries about their abilities can lead to stress and depression. Men may feel immense pressure from society and family, trapping them in a cycle of self-doubt. Strained relationships. Concerns about confidence can negatively affect romantic relationships, especially when men struggle to express their emotions. Anxiety or self-doubt can make them withdrawn, leading to emotional distance and loneliness. Self-isolation. To hide their insecurities, men may isolate themselves from loved ones or friends. They fear being judged or misunderstood, which can exacerbate their concerns about confidence. How to overcome the concern about male confidence. Although concerns about male confidence can be challenging, they can be alleviated through effective strategies. Here are some ways to help men face and overcome these worries. For men, redefine confidence. Do not measure confidence solely by physical strength or financial success. Define confidence based on self-assurance, resilience, and the ability to maintain healthy relationships. Practice self-forgiveness. Avoid being too harsh on yourself. Everyone makes mistakes and experiences failure. The key is to learn from them. Practice self-compassion, accept personal imperfections, and strive for improvement. Open communication. Sharing worries with loved ones or a partner can ease emotional burdens. Expressing emotions does not signify weakness, but rather demonstrates the courage to face difficulties. Engage in physical and mental training. Exercise not only improves physical health but also boosts confidence and resilience. Activities like meditation, yoga, or reading can also enhance mental well-being, reducing anxiety and stress. For women, encourage communication. If your partner struggles with confidence concerns, create a safe space for him to express his feelings without fear of judgment. Listen and offer support during difficult times. Avoid comparisons. Refrain from comparing your partner or husband to other men, especially regarding success or confidence. Comparisons can exacerbate insecurities and feelings of inadequacy. Show love and respect. Small gestures of love, respect, and encouragement can help a man feel valued and appreciated. This support can boost his confidence and help him overcome self-doubt. Ultimately, concerns about male confidence can deeply affect a man's psychology and relationships. However, by redefining confidence, expressing emotions, and seeking support from loved ones, men can overcome these worries and develop stronger self-assurance. A happy and strong relationship is not solely based on physical strength or financial success, but also on understanding, communication, and mutual respect. When men feel loved and respected, they can naturally and sustainably express their confidence. 10. The fear of being seen as useless. One of the common weaknesses among men is the fear of being seen as useless. In modern society, men not only face the pressure to succeed in their careers, but also need to prove their value in personal relationships. When a man feels that he is not meeting the expectations of others, especially in family or love, he may feel that he is perceived as useless. This does not only affect his psychology, but can also lead to feelings of inferiority, lack of confidence, and disconnection in relationships. What is the fear of being seen as useless? The fear of being seen as useless is the anxiety and insecurity that arises when a man thinks he is not capable or valuable enough to contribute to those around him, from family to work or romantic relationships. He may worry that his loved ones or colleagues will see him as unhelpful, unimportant, or lacking value in their lives. This fear can arise from various factors, such as financial capability. For men, earning money and maintaining financial stability are often seen as important aspects of their identity and worth. When they fail to meet this expectation, they may feel inadequate or lacking value in the eyes of others. Pressure from family and society. Families and society sometimes set high standards for men, requiring them to be strong, independent, and capable of protecting their families. When they fail to meet these expectations, they may easily feel useless or like a failure. Romantic relationships. In love, men may feel the need to prove themselves to be loved and respected. When they cannot meet their partner's expectations, they may fear that they are not good enough or valuable enough to maintain the relationship. Causes of the fear of being seen as useless. This fear is not irrational. Many factors contribute to these feelings, stemming from both external pressures and internal perceptions. Social and family pressure. In many cultures, men are expected to be the pillar of the family, the breadwinner, the protector, and the leader. These expectations can become burdens, especially when a man cannot fulfill them. Unemployment, financial struggles, or failing to achieve social success can easily make him feel useless. Past failures. Failures, especially in work or relationships, can create a sense of insecurity and self-doubt. If a man does not achieve what he had hoped for, he may feel like he lacks worth. These feelings can accumulate and make him fear that he will always be perceived as useless. Self-expectations. Sometimes, men set very high expectations for themselves. They want to be perfect, to solve every problem, and to always be strong. When they cannot meet these expectations, they feel like failures and fear being seen as useless. Consequences of the fear of being seen as useless. The fear of being seen as useless can lead to many negative consequences, deeply affecting a man's psychology and relationships. Low self-esteem and lack of confidence. One of the most apparent effects of this fear is a lack of confidence. Men may become insecure, doubt their abilities, and hesitate to express themselves. This affects not only their careers, but also their personal relationships. When a man lacks confidence, he may avoid opportunities and shy away from important challenges in life. Strained relationships. When a man feels that he lacks value, he may become withdrawn and communicate less in his relationships. He may fear that his shortcomings will be criticized or that he will be seen as insignificant. This can cause tension in relationships, as partners may feel distant or emotionally disconnected. Self-isolation. To avoid facing feelings of uselessness, a man may isolate himself from others. He may avoid conversations, refuse to participate in social activities, or keep negative thoughts and emotions bottled up inside. This not only worsens his feelings of uselessness, but also makes him feel lonely and disconnected. How to overcome the fear of being seen as useless. Although this fear can be powerful and destructive, men can reduce it through the following methods: redefining self-worth. To stop feeling useless, men need to understand that their value is not solely based on financial success or career achievements. A man's worth comes from his ability to love, care for his family, show understanding in relationships, and face life's challenges. Changing this perspective helps him realize that he is valuable even when he does not meet all societal expectations. Accepting failure and learning from it. Failure is an inevitable part of life. Instead of feeling ashamed or insecure about failure, men should learn from their mistakes. Accepting failure and seeing it as an opportunity for growth and self-improvement can help build confidence. Communicating and expressing emotions. To overcome the fear of being useless, men need to communicate with those around them, especially their partners or family members. They should share their feelings about pressures and fears. This not only helps relieve stress, but also creates an opportunity to receive support and understanding from others. Achieving small successes. To regain confidence, men can start by achieving small successes in daily life. This could be completing a minor project, improving a particular skill, or simply taking time for self-care. These small victories help them feel valuable and capable of facing challenges. Ultimately, the fear of being seen as useless is a common emotion, but one that can be overcome. By changing their perception of self-worth, learning from failure, and communicating with loved ones, men can reduce this fear and build a confident and meaningful life. Everyone has their own value, and they should not let societal pressures or others' expectations dictate their self-worth. Strong and lasting relationships are not built on meeting every expectation, but on mutual understanding, respect, and support in life. Conclusion. The weaknesses of men that we have explored throughout this video are not aspects that diminish their value, but rather natural and inevitable parts of life. Like anyone else, men also experience worries, difficulties, and insecurities when facing pressure from society, work, and personal relationships. However, recognizing these weaknesses is not about judgment or criticism, but about understanding and respecting their complexity. Women, in romantic or family relationships, need to realize that men are not just protectors or financial providers but also individuals with concerns, emotions, and a desire to be loved. For a relationship to be truly strong, there must be mutual understanding, empathy, and support. When women acknowledge these weaknesses and approach them with respect and sharing, the relationship will become more solid and filled with love. Ultimately, men must also recognize that facing their weaknesses and not being afraid to express their emotions is an essential part of building true resilience. Everyone has the capacity to grow, change, and become stronger when supported with love and understanding. The companionship between two people is the key to overcoming difficulties and creating a lasting and happy relationship. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope these insights on love and the lessons shared in this video bring you new perspectives and a sense of connection. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with those around you. Each of us has our own love story, and I'm delighted to explore them with you. See you in the next video. Wishing you a wonderful day filled with love.